One. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another interview right here on the Manhack YouTube channel. I think this is episode 6 so far that we've done. Again, want to give another shout out, just like all the other times, to Tim from Aurafest for helping us to put this together and get this on, get all these badass bands onto this channel. I really like that this is the thing for sure, and that we keep getting these bands and get to interact with them like that. So I think this is pretty cool content for sure. So appreciate Tim for helping us set this up and Aurafest and all that. Also want to thank the guys in DOWNSWING. Props to them. They managed to get the entire band here for this. So go ahead and switch over to them now.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Nerd.
Hey, the whole ass band is here. This is the first time we've had an interview where we've just had the whole band, and you guys look great, man. Sitting at the little conference room there with that little fake ass plant, whatever the hell that is.
It's a succubus.
A succulent. Yeah.
It's a succubus, dude.
With the Skype logo right next to the band logo. That's real nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, how are you guys feeling today?
I'm doing good.
Good, man. Good. So from
sunshine.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, good for you, man, that you were able to finish up your Fortnite match to get here. Almost didn't have you in stream for a sec.
I
but yeah,
didn't even get to finish it. It's it's over now. But
oh man,
yeah, it was still ripping when I had to dip, but it's okay.
Okay,
You weren't gonna win anyway.
Yeah, no worries.
You're probably right.
But yeah, so we have. I might mess this up, but from left to right, kind of what we're seeing on stream right now, we've got Anthony, right? On guitar.
That's me.
We've got Manny on drums is next, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
and then we've got Chris on bass.
That's right.
And then Harrison on vocals.
A for the day, baby.
Okay.
That's right.
Cool. There it is. There it is. Well, yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate you guys coming by, man, and kind of talking about this earlier. It almost seems like kind of like a superpower for bands nowadays, to where you're able to get the whole band together and be able to coordinate to get everybody together at one time for something like that. So is that something that you guys have always prioritized? It's like, okay, if we're going to do something, we're all going to try to be a part of it, like something like this or like any other kind of interview or something. Have you guys always made it a point to try to be together as much as you can like that?
Oh, 100%. No, 100%.
For sure.
100%.
I mean,
We,
if it's the kind of thing we all can do, yeah, for sure. But if like it's a 1 or 2 person thing, then yeah, just send a couple of us.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
We're the type of band that we get together every single Monday for practice, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say we all hang out outside of the band shit. Well, maybe not outside of the band shit. We all hang out every week.
Yeah.
What?
Wide.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Yeah. That's yeah, it kind of seems like a superpower, because I guess maybe it's just kind of from our perspective is what I'm used to, but it's just like, yeah, it seems like a lot of other bands too either have kind of the band dad, which I guess that's going to kind of be my next question here. If one of you guys were to designate yourself as the band dad, or the guy that kind of I think I heard one of you call each other dad earlier, so maybe that's the guy. But do you guys have a band dad?
I'm Papa.
Okay.
I'm Papa. Yeah.
Okay, for
I
sure.
call him Manuel when he gets angry.
Yeah, that's a proper dad name for sure.
You don't like him when he's angry.
We just call him Dad, and sometimes when we're playing shows after the gig and someone has one too many, we call him Daddy.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
that's a you thing, dog. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he didn't want to take it that far.
Well, quick turn, hard left.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. So I guess are you guys signed to anybody right now? You just doing it independent? Like, how are you guys doing stuff right now with that?
Totally independent right now, baby.
Nice. Is that something that you guys have just kind of chose to do? It's like, hey, we'd rather just stay independent, or you guys have other things on the table? I mean, how are you guys approaching that?
So, I mean, we've been on labels before. We've been on 2, I guess 3 technically.
Mm-hmm.
And after the last one, you know, the situation kind of ended there. Like we were kind of forced to go independent for a little bit,
mm-hmm.
and we were nervous about it. But at this point, I think we're all kind of stoked on being able to make all of the decisions ourselves. right now. Not to say that like we wouldn't go back to another label or anything, but right now we're very comfortable where we're at.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and that seems like it has a lot of perks too. I mean, yeah, being signed to a label might have been a cool thing for you guys, but now that you're independent, it's like, okay, we've already built up some steam, we've already built up some hype. Now we can take a little bit larger of a percentage of a cut from royalties and merch and stuff, maybe that the label potentially would have been cutting into.
That's a true story.
So yeah, it seems like that would also.
$1.
Yeah, especially more of them instead of less, right?
I'll take a dime at this point.
I'll take a dime at this point. I'm sure. Yeah, for sure. What so I see that you guys have something coming up here soon. Pretty badass tour. Looks like Falsifier. Oh, these band logos, yo.
Yes.
Never get old. Falsifier.
Sticks and leaves.
Yeah, Sticks and Leaves. Bottom Feeders, Downswing. Looks like you guys are going to be playing a lot in June. That's pretty badass. Do you guys have any of the venues that you've played before? Do you have any favorite spots that you've played before? Is like favorite venues, favorite cities?
That's a tough one.
Nashville will always be our favorite city.
That is
Well,
Nashville. Okay.
Austin, Texas was fun too.
Yeah.
At least
Austin, Texas was fun on a personal level.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. What do you guys like about Nashville specifically?
Patty B's.
Instantly talking about food.
Yeah. That's a big selling
honestly,
point.
Nashville is where we go to record. We record with Jonathan DeLeese right now, and
Gotcha.
he's based in Nashville. So we got to go down to Nashville for the first time about a year ago now,
Mhm.
and September. And honestly, like we got to go to Broadway. We got to do like the whole Nashville experience, and it was just so much fun. It's just a really fun place to be. It's very expensive, but it's a lot of fun.
So much musical talent there. It's just nice to see how other people kind of do things down there. That's kind of maybe different than the metal or hardcore scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just love that there's like 3 bands in one bar. I'm like, this is like foreign to me. This is sick.
And they're all amazing.
Go to any story.
I don't think we saw one band that was playing in those bars that wasn't amazing.
That's awesome. That seems like it's pretty tough to come by too.
It's super hard to come by.
Yeah.
You would see one band playing like the softest like alt rock song ever, and then you would go upstairs and there's a band covering "Walk" by Pantera or something crazy. And
Foo Fighters.
it was just a super interesting dynamic there for sure.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Trying to go
where
and
else
request songs and shit.
We're always excited to play Florida. Florida's always really good to us.
Yeah.
Got a lot of homies down there that always come up.
That's awesome. Yeah, Florida rips for sure. Do you guys have a favorite spot in Florida, like Panama City or Orlando or something?
We played Uncle Lou's a lot of times.
The Noise Box.
The Noise Box.
The Noise Box.
Okay.
The Noise Box is a good little spot.
Nice.
We recently
Cool.
played Conduit and Crowbar on our headliner at the end of March. Those were really sick venues.
Mhm.
Going back to Conduit soon.
Yeah, in June.
Yep.
That's awesome.
With Falsifier.
So kind of talking about what you guys were saying earlier about recording and stuff, interested to hear about kind of how your recording / writing process is. So seems like you guys do a lot of stuff together. I guess it might be safe to assume that you guys write together. Is that how you guys do stuff? Or is it kind of like, hey, one guy writes all the shit, or this guy, we send it to him and then he puts some stuff together? When you're gearing up for the studio and to record something, how are you guys writing music? How are you guys putting all that together?
Honestly, it always kind of changes. I know like if we go back a couple releases to like Good Intentions and things like that, I was definitely the main songwriter. And then once we picked up Harrison is not only a vocalist, but he actually joined the band on guitar before he became our vocalist. So he brought another element to writing because he's a great writer as well. And he, brings a ton of riffs Ant brings in tons of riffs. Chris kind of, useless, but he's a bass player. It's fine.
Oh no!
Damn.
He's not
Roasted
wrong. I like to put my
live.
2 cents in. That's about it.
Oh heavens! Chris is a mechanic. Okay.
No, but honestly, like usually it starts with like me or Harrison coming up with a couple riffs on our own, or a full song, bring it together, start writing in the computer, and then everybody just kind of picks and chooses like what's going to work and what's not going to work. And so I would say like at the end of the day, it's very like much all of us writing.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we fight, and then one of us hates it the next day, and then like a week later, we're all like, "All right, this is sick."
Hey, sometimes you need that, right? Sometimes you got to sleep on it.
That writes while we're on tour. We have like a portable little recording rig, and we'll set up in our mini school bus that we tour in, and we'll just kind of pass the guitar around, just see what people come up with.
Damn, that's awesome.
Hey, shout out Jerome Bettis.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Yo, I just ordered a jersey. Let's go.
What?
go, baby.
So with that bus, how did you guys come? How did you guys get set up with the mini school? You said it was a mini school bus, right?
It's a mini school bus. So my dad's been working on cars for a really long time. He knows a lot of people. One of the mechanics that works on the school buses for one of our local schools just my dad was telling him that we recently blew up our van on one of our tours. So he's like, hey, this school district's got this bus for sale. Like they have to sell their buses every couple of years. So me and Manny, I texted Manny. I was like, yo, we got to go look at this. Like we could do some crazy stuff with this. So me and him went and checked it out. It had like 30,000 miles on it. Dude was selling it for really cheap. The school only used it for their baseball team, like traveling to and from games. So yeah, we were like, we got to get this. Obviously it was yellow. It had the stop sign. It had the lights. It had all the seats in it. So one cold, windy day, me and Manny ripped all the seats out, painted the thing with a gallon of black paint and 2 paintbrushes.
Wow.
And we built out the inside of it. It's a couple bunks, a couch, got a TV in there to watch sports.
Damn.
We like to watch a lot of comedy while we're on the road.
Yeah.
Horror movies sometimes.
Or horror movies.
We've been slacking on that lately.
That's pretty badass. Is that a pretty good setup for you guys to sleep in instead of having to get hotels or something, or is that just kind of like just to kind of make it comfortable in between? So
the one bad thing about the bus is there's no air conditioning.
Oh, damn.
So it's really rough in the summertime. We do have like a portable air conditioner that we bring with us, but we can't have it running while we're driving. So during the hot days while we're driving, everyone is very miserable because everyone is so hot, and painting the bus black was such a bad idea.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah. So, but it definitely alleviates the whole hotel thing. I mean, we still get them every once in a while on days off or something, because it's nice to actually be able to relax in a hotel room. But for the most part, we're always sleeping in that thing.
Damn.
It's our home.
That's awesome, man. What's the gas mileage like on something like that?
It's really not that bad. It's like 14 miles to the gallon.
Really? That's about what it is with a 15 passenger, honestly.
Yeah, it's really not much different from when we had our van. And I mean, we're pulling a 6x12 trailer. Yeah. It pulls that just fine. So can't really complain.
It's the same motor, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty much the same motors.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's awesome, man. It seems like a pretty wild turn of events, wild situation that led you guys to getting that. But that's pretty awesome, man. It's just
on our last tour, we actually shot a digital tour bus video on the bus. So keep your eyes out for that.
Digital tour bus. That YouTube channel is awesome for sure.
Yep. Been watching that YouTube channel since I was like 14.
Yeah, that's cool as shit, man. That's awesome. So kind of about the writing process, but also about your recording process. So kind of interested about this. Do you guys do any type of pre-production? Or is it like some of you guys are maybe tracking some of this stuff? Because you said that you record on the road. When it comes time for you to actually, when the song's finished and you're actually going to record it, do you just have a certain studio that you go to, or do you guys do any kind of pre-production demos yourself, or what's that process like for y'all?
Yeah, so for new lows, we actually tracked everything ourselves in my little home studio. Did everything here except for live drums. And then we just sent it out. That was the first time we worked with Jonathan, and he mixed everything. And it came out like super well.
Yeah.
And then we went back to him about 7 months ago now, and we did everything start to finish with him. But we do all of our own pre-production while we're at home. It's like I don't think I could see myself not hearing a demo of something before we go record it. Like I gotta have that like piece in front of me. So like having Pro Tools and all this other shit is a big advantage for us, I think.
Yeah. For sure.
We also send our demos out to Jonathan so he can kind of listen and tell us what needs to be changed right off the rip, even before we go down there.
Mm-hmm.
We also send them to a couple of other friends who are also in the music scene, just to kind of get their feedback on things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. Where do you guys normally record at?
So I have a little home studio at my house, and then where we practice, which is at Anthony's house, he also has like a little bit of a smaller setup there. So sometimes we'll do half of practice, and then we'll go upstairs and write for a little bit. And then when it's time to actually demo it out in full, we'll come here for a day, and we'll demo out vocals, guitars, everything.
Mm-hmm. And then when it's time for you to record the final stuff, where are you going? What place do you do that at?
So now we go right to Jonathan down in Nashville.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he'll do everything for us now, start to finish.
Cool.
Yo, Manny, I'm gonna need you to never call me Anthony ever again. I didn't like that.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
That doesn't happen. I don't like it.
Ant
All
only.
right,
3 letters only.
Anthony Joseph Salvaggio.
Oh, there it
God,
is.
now
The
you get
accent and everything.
Salvage.
fucking narc. I'm
Drop
over
your
it.
social security number.
The
187.
yeah.
Big B.
The accent and everything, man. That was killer. So wondering here, genres. What kind of, this is always an interesting question because everybody has their own opinions about genres and subgenres and genre debates and all that stuff. What kind of genre would you consider downswing, however niched you want to get with it? And what are your opinions on all the genre debates that we see nowadays?
Swing style.
So honestly, our genre kind of depends on what era of downswing you're talking about. Because we definitely started off as more of a hardcore band, very like kind of stripped down. It's just guitars, drums, bass, and like no production, no nothing. So we were definitely like trying to go for that hardcore thing. And I think we've more or less evolved to now we like to call ourselves a metalcore band, because I think we're much more of a metalcore band than a hardcore band nowadays.
Yeah.
Especially with the new record that's not out yet.
Yeah. Is that the stuff that you guys have just been dropping singles for recently?
Oh, no.
Or is that?
We just finished.
You're talking about something else. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we got some new on the way.
Ooh. Staying on top of that consistent release schedule.
Oh yeah, that's the big key with this. It's been our biggest problem as a band. We've waited way too long between releases to put stuff out, so we're just trying to, like, you hit the nail on the head, just trying to stay consistent. And
yeah, do you guys aim for a certain yeah, for sure, do you guys aim for a certain time period, like once every 6 to 8 weeks or something, or is that already planned out? Or
I'd say 6 to 8 weeks when we're like setting up a release. So we did all 4 of the new low singles about 6 to 7 weeks apart.
Yeah.
And that worked out pretty well. And we'll probably do something similar for the next releases that we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That seems the way to go right now, man. There's a lot of benefits to doing that. You got, obviously, Spirit Box has done that. Sleep Token has done that. But yeah, I mean, it seems like it's a really good way, man, to keep people engaged. Because, I mean, you got to think, man, you're in a band. I mean, it's your job to entertain people. So, I mean, the best way to do that is through your music, obviously. So if you can, it's tough for sure, but if you can plan ahead and get that material down, then you release something once every 6 to 8 weeks, man. It's like people are going to be forced to be hooked, and you're going to be forced to stay relevant almost, right?
Yeah, like Ant said, like we went way too long with a non-consistent schedule, and I think for the first time ever, we're just trying to shove music down people's throats, basically.
Yeah, that's probably nothing wrong with that for sure. So as far as your music itself is concerned, what inspirations do you guys pull from? What bands do you think comes out the most in your music when you're writing? It's like, oh yeah, we wrote this riff. This definitely sounds like this band or this and that. What inspirations do you guys have when you're writing stuff?
Oof. Well,
I feel like we try not to go in with a thought process.
Yeah.
I feel like we try and go in and just write the first thing that comes to our minds.
Okay.
Yeah, which is why if you listen to like our entire discography, we definitely don't have one distinct sound. We kind of like hop genres from time to time. I'd say moving forward, we are being more consistent with what genre we're staying in. But everybody in the band comes from like a different musical background. So it's kind of meshing, everybody's interests into one sound.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What kind of backgrounds do you guys have kind of briefly here, each of you, as far as
I'm kind of
bands
like
that you really like?
I feel like I came from more of the metal / underground hardcore stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know. Manny and Harrison and Chris both played in pop punk bands in the past, so like fairly dynamic sound there. Harrison's like a rock and roll fucking dude. Manny, it depends on the goddamn day with Manny. I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm all over the place.
I'll listen to a variety of different things.
Yeah.
Manny,
The music selections in the bus get pretty crazy.
Yeah, that sounds like, just based on what you told us, yeah, that sounds like it'd be just a regular
of emotions.
smorgasbord of old, you never know what you're going to hear next, for sure.
If
You
I
have,
was
like,
to
theme
describe
days.
Manny's, I feel like Manny dips his toes in so many different things, and then like one day he'll just like write a whole song in like a genre I'm not even used to hearing, and I'm like, bro, what is that? That's it. Like what? That's how this band started. Manny said, "Oh, Turnstile, that's dope." And then he
Trapped Under Ice.
Then he wrote a whole hardcore song, and I was like, I've been trying to do a band like this for like 5 years. Like,
Interesting. So that's kind of how the band came together, was kind of that situation just that you just said?
Yeah. So
we just one day started it as fun. Like, pretty
well,
much.
me and our original bass player Brandon were all in a band together before this. It was a down-tempo band called Animal, and once that band ended, the three of us were kind of just like, all right, what the hell do we do now? Like, and I had recently discovered Turnstile. I was like, all right, I kind of like this. This is pretty sick. So I just wrote a song one day and showed it to Ant and Brandon, who I've played in bands with them since I was like 15, 16 years old. So like we played in bands forever. And that is like how everything kind of started, was just me writing one stupid song. And I don't know, the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah. Badass. When did you guys
Do you
kind of
remember
start?
what song it was?
Yeah, it was Contain.
Just Contain, yeah.
Okay.
What year did you guys start? How long ago was that?
That was probably written in 2016, and then we actually like debuted in 2017.
Nice. That's a relatively short time frame for you guys to be doing the cool shit that you're doing now. It's about 6 years, and you guys are already playing a lot of shows and doing cool shit. So that's badass, man. You guys have obviously been working your asses off that since then.
Thank you, man. Yeah, there's been plenty of ups and downs for sure, but things are looking up right now, I'd say.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
DOWNSWING's in the best spot right now than we have been in 6 years, record label or not.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and thankfully nowadays it kind of seems like maybe you guys can confirm or deny this, but perhaps nowadays it seems like a label isn't as necessary as it used to be, with just the nature of social media and how easy it is for bands to write and record their own stuff, edit their own videos, upload to a distributor, and get all their shit out on all the social medias. I mean, it's almost like the need for a label isn't as high as it used to be, almost.
Yeah, I definitely think it like depends on the situation. I wouldn't say like oh, a label is a terrible thing. Like
No.
I would say like the main thing that I look at a label as is like they're kind of like your funding, and they help open some doors for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's like what I look at them as, but they're not like an end all be all. If you don't get signed, like your band's never going to make it. Like that's definitely not, that's not how it goes anymore.
Yeah,
especially not
sure.
in 2023. No way.
I know,
every
TikTok.
All these artists blowing up on TikTok and
oh yeah,
and it's just social media in general. Like it could happen in a week span.
Oh yeah,
without a label.
Absolutely,
not
for
to
sure.
mention, you mentioned like, you know, how so many bands like pre-pro and write their own stuff by themselves. The thing is, you got to be able to do all that though. Not just anyone can pick it up and actually do all that stuff well. Like Manny's been doing audio work, or whatever the terminology would be. He's been doing audio stuff for what, 12 years now, longer?
Yeah, I went to school.
Nice.
When I was in my early 20s, so it's been about 10 years.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, that is a good point. The thing with that though is where even if it is a little bit overwhelming at first to kind of start writing and recording your own music, I mean, thankfully, man, the technology has come so far with drum samples and digital amp sims and stuff to where it's pretty easy to get. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to put in some work, but it's you
got to do some homework for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, you can download a sample pack of drums, and the drums are gonna sound pretty damn realistic. I mean, pretty much right out of the box. So yeah, I mean, the need to
shout out CounterKit.
Yeah. The need to have a label
every artist can definitely demo out nowadays on their own.
Yeah, for sure.
There's so many
take you a couple of days.
So many free plugins and programs out there that sound just as good as, you know, the $200 programs.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. What are you guys kind of speaking about plugins and kind of gear and stuff? How do you guys run your live setup? So do you play to click tracks? Do you not play to click tracks? Do you guys use like amp sims? Do you guys use tube heads? I mean, what's your live setup typically?
So we do play to a click. Only Manny gets to click, and then the rest of us play off of Manny, which is where that whole practice once a week thing really comes in handy. As far as amps go, we recently just switched off of Kemper to the Neural Quad Cortexes. And last Monday was the first time that we got to sit down and play with them and use them. And those things blew us away without a doubt. It's probably the best piece of equipment I've ever owned in my career of music.
Yeah, that's badass.
I still got to finish making my tones for tomorrow, actually. But that being said, yeah, I've been toying around with it quite a bit this week, and it sounds incredible. Like I can't get off some of these clean, just airy. Just I could sit there and hit my weed pen and just, dude. I just sit
take it to another dimension.
Yes, literally, I couldn't have worded it better myself. I just sit there and play clean, pretty stuff for like an hour, and I'm like, "What time is it?"
Yeah, that's cool for sure. I
love it.
Yeah, that's badass. Yeah, the whole it's really interesting to see what kind of gear bands run, because it's seems like you have some bands that are just, hey, we only want to use tubes, blah blah blah, and we only want to use digital, blah blah blah, and they have their perks, ups and downs for sure. There was one band that we interviewed recently that didn't play to clicks at all, and just kind of went by whatever they did during practice and kind of set it up that way, and a lot of respect for that, because the old fashioned way. And it's like a lot of bands, you don't see that much, but not that that's a bad thing, right? But there's definitely respect for that, for sure.
Out that way.
Yeah, we definitely started out with playing to no clicks.
Really? I can tell you right now, Ant had gave us a hard time about starting to play to click. It was a couple years into the band, and Ant didn't want to do it, but we got him.
Oh, so he didn't want to play to click tracks, is what you're saying?
No, because we were
slow breakdowns down and stuff live because I'm a loser.
Yeah.
Well, we were more of a traditional like hardcore band, if you want to call us that. So it's like, you know, they don't play to clicks and stuff like that. It was just all like off of emotion and things like that. So I could see where he was coming from, but the direction that we were going in, we wanted to start adding, you know, backtracks and pads and things like that behind our music. So like it's necessary to play to a click at that point.
Yeah. For sure, 100%. Orfest real quick says, kind of talking about the van situation. He said, "LOL, I got to figure out parking with that van for our Savannah gig."
It's just about the same size as your traditional 15 passenger and trailer.
Okay, well there you go.
A couple
Easy
feet
enough.
longer, maybe.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
So ain't got to worry about that too hard, Tim.
And Manny's got a CDL, so he can fit big things in small places.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
Oh,
That's what she said. Right?
zesty.
Real zesty. So how would you, if you were to describe your music to somebody who either had never heard Downswing before or was just never even didn't listen to metal at all, without kind of naming a genre, how would you describe your music to somebody?
Fucking stupid.
On this one.
Fucking stupid. There you go. That's it. That's all we need to know.
There you go.
Honestly, I feel like the main bands I combine initially are almost like Stick to Your Guns and Beartooth.
He said without naming any bands.
Oh,
Well, without naming any genre, that's fine though. That's cool.
yeah.
I would say we always want to be very upbeat and aggressive. And like that's something that we're going to try to never lose. Like we're always going to have like an edge to us in some way.
Yeah.
Energy. We like stage dives. We like people jumping on people's heads.
Yeah.
We love seeing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I was
And
gonna say,
listening to
say
your
angry and aggressive.
Yeah, real angry, aggressive, energetic for sure. Yeah, and it seems like the style of music that you guys play and write anyway is it's because you kind of do have some roots in hardcore and how that scene is. I mean, yeah, it's definitely people are going to do that for sure. I mean, once you start getting down into kind of the heavier metalcore, deathcore metal kind of thing, you don't see stage diving as much or any of that. So yeah, it seems like that would be a pretty good way to describe that for sure. And I think, yeah, the music that you guys write is definitely going to facilitate that kind of shit happening for sure. You're not going to see as many stage dives for someone like Meshuggah or something as you are like a band like you guys' style, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Probably not.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know if Meshuggah's ever had a stage dive. If they have, I want to see it.
Yeah, it just seems like they've always been so big to where they have 3 rows of barriers in every show they've ever played of ever in their entire existence, right?
Like you got to have like a 19-foot stage dive. Like have fun. Like I like my ribs. I'm not hitting my ribs on the guardrail.
Yeah,
I can't see my ribs. But that's a whole other conversation.
Maybe one day, man. We got faith in you.
I'm trying to drop 50 by the end of the year. We'll see if I drop 50 or eat 50 chicken wings. We'll see.
Dude, you could still eat 50 chicken wings and drop 50 pounds.
Protein,
Possible.
baby.
Yeah, man.
I'm about to break out a
What?
sword and slice something off. All right, I gotta stop. Let me stop.
That sounds like a song title almost, or a lyric.
Slice the chub.
What's some goals that you guys have for the band? I mean, this could really be anything. This could be maybe we want to play a show or do a tour with X band, or we want to play in this crazy obscure country, or maybe it's even get signed to a certain label or something. I mean, I think everybody's goal kind of is just kind of to just do this for a living, right? And to truly make your band and your music your income source, right? And your job. What goals do you guys have? Again, this could be anything for the band.
My be all end all is to do the festival run in Europe.
Nice.
The Download Fest.
Like all those big festivals over there. Like,
Yeah.
Download, Whackin', freaking I don't even know where Whackin' is. Whatever. All I know is I want to play every big festival. That's like notable.
Yeah.
Slam dunk.
Yeah.
Anywhere you can think. Any of those big fests.
I want to tour in Big Red overseas.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Big Red.
Yeah. What about the rest of you guys?
Honestly, I agree with that.
Yeah.
The festival scene. I think that would be amazing for us.
Yeah.
I also a personal one for me. I would even if they were on one of those fests, I'd take it as a W. If I played one show with Metallica, I'd be pretty happy.
That would be badass. You're right.
That.
Just one. I'll take one.
That's got to be. You ever wonder about what the? Yeah, I think most people or you guys probably have a good idea of what it is or what it takes to get on a lot of these bands in our genres, what it takes to maybe get to tour with them. But when it comes to something like that, what do you think even is the like, what is the entry there into playing a show with or opening on a tour with the biggest metal band on the planet? Like, what do you think that entryway is into that?
You gotta sell your soul.
Pay them a lot of money.
I mean, it definitely, a big part of it, I feel like, comes down to who your agent is / manager and what kind of connections they have. And if your numbers are pulling enough weight for a band like that to really consider you,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, because they're not going to, like, a band like that, unless they really love your band, like personally or like sonically or whatever, probably not going to take you unless you're making them a few bucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, but like, that's the way I look at it anyway. I feel like they want to make a few bucks, but also they probably hope to tour with bands that are cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair assessment for sure. Yeah, Architects, I think, was doing some shows with them pretty recently. And
Yeah.
even considering how much Architects has blown up, and I mean, they've been blowing up for a while, but specifically in the past couple years or so, a few years or so, it seems. I mean, but even as big as they are, it almost seems like, damn, how the hell did Architects get on that? Like, you got to think about the genre of the style of music that they were just recently creating. Maybe not so much with the past couple of albums, but I mean, yeah, pretty recently they were making some pretty heavy, for the most part, screaming only stuff, and then now they're playing with Metallica, so it's pretty wild.
Yeah,
That's sick. That gives me hope.
Yeah,
I mean, look at bands like Bring Me the Horizon.
yeah.
That
Good
most
point.
recent song that they put out is sick. And yes, Manny, I did check it out the other day.
Yeah, that's catchy. I mean, it's a My Chemical Romance
It's
song in the
100% a My
chorus,
Chem
but
song.
I need to check
It's
that one
good.
out. Yeah, I've seen a couple people say some stuff about it like that on social media. I haven't actually got to listen to it yet.
the video itself is crazy. Really, it was a fun video to watch. There's so much like special effects and stuff like that. It's just, it's nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, they did a song with Mick Gordon, having him on as a guest spot. I don't know if you know who that is, but that's the guy that wrote the Doom Eternal soundtracks
Yeah,
for that game. So it's
Shit.
pretty crazy ass collaboration there for sure. So kind of speaking on that, if you guys were to work with any musicians, maybe it's a guest spot or a guest feature, maybe a guest vocalist, obviously, but also maybe even like a good guest guitar solo spot, or maybe you were to do what Bring Me the Horizon did with Mick Gordon, where they just bring him on as a guest and just add this extra layer of production. If you guys were to collaborate with any other artist, anybody, no matter who it is, who would you want to have collaborating on a Downswing song?
Bro, I want Post Malone to sing a verse on that song.
That's what I was about to
Okay.
say. Post. I would love to have like we actually talked about this, maybe potentially doing something in the future, but me personally, I'd like to have Cody from Wage War write something with us. That dude's an incredible musician.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, the Post Malone thing would be badass for sure.
Dude, that'd be so sick. And he loves heavy music too. So like, why not?
Yeah, it seems like almost it would
Be rad.
eventually happen at some point for sure.
Hardy,
I'm sure it will.
country singer.
Yeah, I can't imagine
Party, there you go.
Yeah.
doing a collaboration post on Instagram with Post Malone. Like, how crazy would that be?
Dude, it'd be insane.
Imagine how many views, how
Insane.
much traffic you get from just that post alone. Post Malone, Post Malone's Post Alone.
Post Malone on a Metalcore song. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so if you could open up for any kind of band, again, I think you kind of touched on that briefly earlier when you said Metallica, but any other kind of band as far as any genre, metal, maybe Post Malone, right? Maybe you guys would want to do some kind of a mixed genre kind of thing.
No, 100%. I'd love to play with Sleep Token right now. I think Sleep Token is incredible.
Oh, Sleep Token.
Yeah, that would be pretty badass for sure. They got a lot of hype right now. That's for sure.
I'd probably say
Yeah.
either Bad Omens or Beartooth for myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about
Man.
the other guys?
I definitely hit the nostalgia one with the Metallica, but we already played a show with Stick to Your Guns, who's like one of my favorite bands, but that's not like, if I was really, really shooting up, man, you really got me sweating now. Hang on.
Lamb of God, you know it, Ant.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
I answer it for him.
Yeah, that
that's
one.
a good one.
That's probably almost, no matter kind of what metal's genre or subgenre you exist in, I think that's the one that most people want for sure. Lamb of God is pretty crazy.
Kill Switch.
Yeah,
Kill
that's
Switch. Yeah, dude, my brain doesn't work. Sorry.
yeah, Kill Switch. God, granddads of metalcore, the grandfathers of metalcore, right?
Literally the definition of OGs. Like,
I mean, yeah,
I still play more Kill Switch songs than I ever played of anything on guitar.
yeah. Kill Switch rips, man. And the shit Adam D does live is just the best shit ever.
Dude, they're just so fun and don't give a shit, and I think that's why it worked for them, and it's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, do you guys I'm gonna look in here. Talking about bands you wanted to open up with. What kind of shows do you guys have planned this year? Anything in the works? Obviously, we have that tour that we talked about earlier that's already announced, but what else is happening for you guys after that, show-wise?
We do have something being planned for the end of August, early September.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say who it's with right now,
Okay.
but I will say that they're coming back, doing a 10-year. They haven't toured in a while. They're coming back and doing a 10-year for one of their probably more popular albums. And there's also two other kind of up-and-coming, definitely more hardcore bands on it. So we're super stoked about that. We've all been listening to this band for a while now, except for maybe Harrison. We still have to him on to that. But
yeah, me personally, it's a big one for me, and Manny too. Manny used to like them a lot back in the day. It's,
oh yeah, they rip.
Well, now you got us trying to figure out, okay, 10 years ago, who came out with an album 10 years ago?
That's it. That's all you get.
Hey, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I'll give them a little something, very minimal, for the melodic hardcore fans.
That's it. Oh, okay.
For the melodic hardcore fans,
for sure. Okay, cool. What we'll wrap up here pretty soon. Got a couple of quick questions here. Favorite Downswing song, either to play live or to just in general?
It's got to be released, right?
No, just maybe it's something you guys are working on right now that's not released, but just in general.
I'm not doing it. Mine is a new song that we played on this last tour we did. That's my favorite.
Nice.
Well, then, I mean, you could say the name of it. We've been playing it.
Can I? All right, it's called Deadly. That's my favorite.
I'd say so.
Okay. What about the rest of you guys?
I would probably say Kick Rocks is super fun. It's super energetic and very fast, upbeat.
Yeah.
Honestly, really hard to pick.
Disgrace Reimagined, the acoustic version.
Oh, dude, y'all are whipping that one out?
We've never played that.
Oh.
No, my favorite to play live is either New Lows or No Solution for sure.
Yeah.
I was going to say probably those two as well. Honestly, I feel like we've gotten better with everything from the New Lows EP moving forward. Hard to pick a favorite, but I'm probably with Chris. If I had to pick one, Kick Rocks is just a very fun one to like physically play on guitar.
Yeah.
It's like real riffy and upbeat and just fun to play.
I would also say on our next EP, all 5 of those songs are my favorite songs. So
I would.
They're going to be sick.
Well, that's cool. That's good. That says a lot for the future, you guys, for sure. Because yeah, I mean, you don't ever really want to get to a point where it's just you kind of lose the fire and the desire, and it's almost as if, yeah, it's like, okay, maybe you guys kind of feel this way, but it's kind of like what you said. It's like, yes, our next release is our favorite one, but maybe it's a thing where it's like every release should be our next favorite one because we feel that's the best stuff that we've ever written, right? Maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, for
trying
sure.
to just keep progressing and, feeling like every time you put something out, it's a good feeling to feel like the next time you're ready to put it out, it's better. Yeah, every band says, oh, big stuff coming. New stuff's great, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're doing that too. But
are you guys going to do the proverbial big things coming soon post on Facebook? You gonna type that out?
Yeah, it's gonna be big things coming and then stoked to announce. It's gonna be both those things.
Dude, you guys should switch it up. Y'all should switch it up and say small things coming never.
I like
Yes.
Really throw them for a loop.
that. Write it down.
Ever.
Small things coming never.
Yeah. Medium things coming
it mustn't
maybe.
come.
Keep your eyes closed.
And then we'll just randomly drop it.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes closed.
Dude, that's top tier
I still
marketing
want
right
to randomly
there.
drop an EP.
Hey, nobody's stopping you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of a
this
band that
sounds
did that
like,
recently,
right?
actually. God, who was that band that I'm thinking of that did that? Damn, I can't think of their name now.
Knocked Loose did it.
Yeah.
That was one band that did it. There's a lot of bands that do it, mostly hardcore bands, I feel like, but
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, kind of wrapping up here. I guess for you guys, if there's anything you want to say to anybody watching right now, just kind of, hey, go listen to this, or trying to promote that, or any words of advice, or maybe you just want to say some random shit. Anything that you want to say right now to people, let them have it.
listen to New Lows, come to Aura Fest.
There you go.
More downswing,
Check us out
and
on
we
tour
suck.
with Falsifier.
We're downswing and we suck.
Yeah, no, we'll be out all June. Well, not all of June, but like a little more than half of June with Falsifier on the eastern half of the U.S.
Mhm.
Check the Instagram for dates. Well, any social media for dates, really. Yeah, we'll be in the neighborhood.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, if
Come
you
hang
guys
out
will go
with
ahead.
us.
Yeah. Go hang out with them. Go buy their merch. Go find them. Go stream their shit on Spotify. Tidal too, because that pays a lot. So go stream it on Tidal as well.
Tight.
But yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all coming by, man. If y'all will go ahead and actually hang out, I'm going to end the stream. So go ahead and sit tight real quick. But just want to say thanks everybody that came and watched. Tim from Aurafest in the comments. Again, thanks for getting this together and collaborating with us and helping us to do another interview. So thank you, Tim. Thank you, Aurafest, and everybody that was watching. So also, I've got links in the description of the YouTube video for their Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, and Twitter. So go get followed. Go listen to their new shit, because it's badass for sure. It's hype as hell. So thank you guys for coming on and being a part of this, man. It's good to chat with y'all.
Thank you for having us.
Man.
Yeah, man, for sure. You guys be safe.